Hey guys, we're going to react to the Ashened archetype today, which is coming out in Phantom Nightmare in a couple weeks, and this, just based on the artwork, looks sick. So I'm excited to read these effects, see how we're doing, and while we're going, we're going to try to think of any cards that would go along with this strategy or go along with the archetype or whatever that you might want to think about picking up or having a copy of ahead of time. So let's go ahead and dive on in and think about any other cards that we can use maybe for consistency instead, or kind of like budget options or something like that. So reignite a dying world with Ashened. So like off the bat, like I know this is probably a female, but this I mean it reminds me of Visa Starfrost. Like is that Visa's? Like is Visa's a female? I don't think so. But like the hair, it looks like Levi from Attack on Titan, but in female form. So I don't know. It's super cool though. Super cool art. And if this is the mat, is this the play mat that's going to be a release for the Phantom Nightmare regional season? That'd be really sweet if that's what this is. Anyway, moving on to the actual archetype. Ashened. So starting off, okay, we have a level 9 Dark Pyro effect monster. Artwork is pretty sick. Vados, the Eruption Dragon of Extinction. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's read what it does. Attack 28, defense 15. During the main phase, if this card is in your hand, quick effect, you can target one card in a field zone. Special summon this card to your opponent's field, and if you do, destroy that card. So you destroy the field spell, then you can add to your hand or set one Ashen continuous trap. Okay, so you pop a field spell, give this to your opponent, and then insert a trap. I wonder what the trap is. And I think I heard that this archetype has a field spell that you want to destroy anyway, so I guess I'm hoping there's more synergy than just popping field spells, but you know, if not, like you can even play this with like you know, if you're playing like Kashtira or something like Fenrir's, you can just play Raitsoth and just pop that after you're done searching your Fenrir or something. I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, if this card is sent from your opponent's field to your graveyard, you can destroy all monsters on the field. You can only use each effect of Vados, I assume once per turn. Okay, that's cool. So you give your opponent a monster, but if they link it off or use it as synchro material, then it would destroy all monsters on the field. That's cool. So they could overlay a rank 9, which is not reasonable, or if they have a level 1 tuner, they could synchro into Barone, and then when this thing triggers to destroy all monsters, the Barone negate would be immediately used, but they would still have a Barone on the field. So those are like the outs that I can think of, but that's kind of cool. Like if they want to get rid of this thing, they are going to blow up the board, which is maybe you have a big board and that's good for them. So I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. Okay, King of the Ashened City. Super cool. Super cool. I love this artwork. I'm excited to try to play this actually, but not till Bonfire is reprinted. Okay, King of the Ashened City, level 8 Dark Pyro. The other one was level 9. Yeah, level 8, 1400 attacks, 27 defense. If Obsidian, the Ashen City, is in the field zone. Okay, that's the field spell. You can special summon this card from your hand. You can special summon King of the Ashen City once per turn this way. During your main phase, you can special summon one Ashen monster from your hand. Okay, Extender, except King, except himself. Or if your opponent controls a monster with 2800 or more attack, you can special summon it from your deck instead. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay, so if you give them this, which is 2800, then you special this, you can then special another one from your deck on top of that. So that's a really nice turn 1 play, is give them this card, and then you can special summon King, and then summon another one from the deck. Let's see what those do. Hero, this is another level 7. Okay, we got, oh no, that was level 8. They're all different levels. Okay, cool. Level 7, Dark Pyro, 26, 21. If Obsidian is in the field zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon once per turn, this way. During the main phase quick effect, you can target one Pyro on the field, destroy it, Then if you destroyed Vados, which is the big one, level 9, you can place 1 Obsidian from your deck face up into your field zone. Okay, so you would summon this thing, you could pop the Vados, but then Vados would pop this thing also. So it would wipe the board of monsters, and then you would play a field spell. So you would be able to essentially, like, the hero would go to the grave and Vados would go to the grave. Is that good? I don't know. But you would have an empty board with the field spell, basically. Alright. Priestess of the Ashened City. This is the level 4, so this one is searchable by Bonfire, right? Is Bonfire level 4 or lower only? Let me do a quick search here. Bonfire. Level 4 or lower Pyro. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, if Obsidian is in the field zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon once per turn this way. If this card is normal or special, you can add 1 Ashened card from your deck to your hand. Except Priestess. Okay, so it's the Searcher, and you can special or normal summon it. And if you don't have the field spell, you can normal it and get the field spell. Okay, so this is it. Yeah, it's the best card in the Archetype, and it's searchable by Bonfire. So, yeah, you have to play Bonfire. This is really good. I don't. Like, it's good for the Archetype. I'm just not sure what the Archetype is doing, necessarily, yet. Let's see what the field spells do. Okay, here's Obsidian, the Ashened City. Field spell, face up, special summon monsters your opponent controls become Pyro during your turn only. Okay, so it doesn't, like, lock them out of linking, like, or using type-specific stuff, really. You know, it kind of wrecks, Chimera Fusion. That comes to mind because they can't flip Chimera Fusion because their monsters are Pyro. So that's interesting. We can only use each effect once per turn. During your end phase, you can target 1 Obsidian in your graveyard, place it in the bottom of your deck, then draw 1. Okay, so it recycles itself, so you always have field spells in rotation, so you might even need to play 2, not even 3 of this, because it's so searchable and it just recycles itself. If this card in the field zone is destroyed or banished, you can special summon 1 Ashen monster from your deck. Okay, so this is like Gear Town. It's like Gear Town 2.0, so how do you remove? You have to spin this back to the deck, I guess. Or, you know, banishing it is better than destroying it because then at least you won't have 1 in rotation in the graveyard to use that first effect, but still you would summon an Ashen from your deck. Okay, so let's think about this. So we have the field spell. We summon out the big guy and pop the field spell. The field spell will then summon out whatever you want from your deck. Probably this guy, Priestess. Priestess will search another one. Can search King. King can summon itself, and because they still have the big one, King can summon a third one to your field, which is maybe Hero. And then this can quick effect pop the other guy. But then it clears your board. So maybe you wouldn't summon Hero. Yeah, okay, so you would give your opponent the big guy. You would have a King, a Priestess, and a Hero. Or you could have two of one of those even. Or you could have 2 of the Priestess, I guess, because you can normal summon the second one. Or no, you could even special summon the second one because the first one is special summoned by the field spell. The second one you could special summon by the Priestess effect. So you could have 2 level 4s on board plus the King. Okay. I'm like waiting to see some kind of like interruption. Like the only interruption I see is maybe King here because when your field spell is up, your opponent's stuff is Pyro, and you can just pop the Pyros with your Hero. Oh no, this one's Hero. But that's like the only interruption so far. Everything else is kind of just comboing into question mark. Okay, Awakening of Vados. So this is a quick play spell. Place the field spell in either field zone. Then if your opponent controls a card in their field zone, okay, you can give them the Obsidian. You can add 1 level 5 or higher Dark Pyro from your deck to your hand. Okay, so you can give them a field spell and then search. You give them the field spell, you search the level 9 comes out and pops the field spell that you gave them. So really they don't have it anymore. And then it's kind of back to the same combo that we just discussed. Okay. For the rest of this turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon from the deck or extra deck except Pyros. Alright, we're going to have to go do a quick search of what the Pyro monsters are in extra deck, because I don't think there are really any that are good. Okay, here's the continuous trap that we would search with the big guy. Maybe this will bring everything together. Ashened for Eternity. Continuous trap. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Vados or 1 Ashen monster from your graveyard to your hand. You can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls that you own. Okay. Take control. Then you can make all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. Okay, so you give... So the big guy searches this on summon, so you would give them the big guy and then you can just take it away later. You can take it back. And then they won't be able to wipe your board. That's good. That's better, I guess. Take control, then you can make all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls lose attack equal to the targeted monster's original attack. Okay, so it basically like zeroes out all of their stuff. And like we said, we had combo, we had all 3 of our Ashened guys, and then we would have this 4th one, we would have Vados. So we would literally have all 4 Ashened monsters on our field, and then their field would have 0 attack. This attack change lasts until the end of this turn. Yeah, but like... Okay, so it's their turn, you take back your level 9, zeroes out all their attack. Okay, so that just means they can't attack over you for that turn, but then all their attacks go back. So this is not like an easy OTK, because when it's your turn, their attacks are large again. Unless you have a second Vados, then you can Vados again to their field and then take it again with Ashen for Eternity, because you can... it's a continuous, it'll still be there. Okay, so that's it. That's 7 cards. This is the kind of first run at it. Okay, so my impressions. I think that this is a Pyro archetype, which off the bat kind of is annoying, because obviously Bonfire is the Pyro searcher, which is at $100, probably more now that this got revealed. And you know, just baseline, this deck has like a $300 plus cost, like without even picking up any of the in archetype stuff. So that's annoying, like to be totally honest. And you know, we're not gonna see any players really playing this, because if you're gonna buy Bonfires, you're probably gonna buy the good decks like Fire King or Snake Eye or whatever for the post Phantom Nightmare format. So I'd be really interested to see like who's actually gonna play this. Like I think this is a kind of crap time to release this, just because of the price of Bonfire. Like it just kind of gatekeeps most of the community out of getting excited about this strategy. So it's kind of like the typical like first release. Like this deck is gonna need more support. Like, because all this stuff does stuff, but then like what do you do with it? There's no like clear end board play. Like you give them a monster, you take it back, you have a whole bunch of monsters on board, you're locked into Pyros. But then there's no Pyros to summon out of your extra. Like let's check out. Let me switch over to if we go monster type Pyro. Like that, there's only 138 to start with. Now let's go Link. There's only 2 Link Pyros. Gold. You can't make the Gold Pride one. You can't make the Prank Kids. So there's no Link Pyros that you can make. Exceed. There's the new Garunix. You do have 1 level 8, but you would have to have a level 8 from somewhere else, like a Danger probably, or something. You can go 2 level 4s into an Infernal Flame Banshee. Detach. Add. Okay, so this thing is pretty good. Like it searches any of your Pyro guys, because it searches any level of Pyro. Can you guys read that? No, big face is in the way. Let me swap this over. That's okay. Infernal Flame Banshee is good, but like your deck already searches so many ways. Like, what are we doing with this? Infernal Flame Vixen, 2 Pyro type level 4s. We can make this. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz from this card. This card gains 500 attack till your opponent's end phase. Okay. That's not great. Hazy Flame. We don't have level 6s. Burner Visor. Target 1 face of Xyz you control. Equip this card to that. Okay, no, this is terrible. Alright, so let's move on to Synchros now. We have Laval, Gaia Blaze. What is this? This destroys a monster by battle. It can make a second attack in a row. Okay. Fire Tuner. We don't have any fires. Well, I guess we could play a fire. If this is Synchro Summon, banish cards from your opponent's graveyard up to the number of cards in their hand. That's not the worst, but like it's not great. Uruk-Quaizos. This is Piercing. Old Entity. It's a level 4 tuner, or level 4 synchro. All of our stuff is level 4 or higher, so we can't make either of these in engine. So yeah, I'm not really sure. Let's see. Let me see if this stuff is in the. Oh, it's not in here yet. Okay, never mind. Well, let's think of some cards that could be useful. So the first thing that comes to mind with popping that field spell, I don't know if like just doing it with the level 9 is the obvious way to go, but we could do it with Ancient Fairy Dragon, which is an idea. During your main phase, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your hand. You cannot conduct your battle phase. During your main phase, you can destroy as many cards in the field zones as possible, and if you do gain 1,000, then you can add 1 field spell with a different name. So you would have to activate your field spell, summon Ancient Fairy, it pops the field spell, and then you get to search another field spell. I don't know what that might open up, but it's an idea. You would have to do all this. Which one locks you in again? Let me see. Which one locks you into Pyros? Not this one. Is it the field spell? This one. The quick play locks you. So you'd have to do it before activating that. Whenever Ancient Fairy Dragon comes up, Revolution Synchron comes up, you can use this card in your hand, so you could summon the level 4 guy. Sorry. Revolution Synchron. You could summon the level 4 guy. The what's it called here? Priestess. And then you could go Revolution Synchron to make this Ancient Fairy. Ancient Fairy pops the field spell. Field spell summons out another thing. Like maybe a level 7 here, like the level 7 guy. With that, and then you can overlay for a rank 7 play, and you would have another field spell search. Like, is there anything going on there? Maybe. That's all that really comes to mind immediately for like combo ideas. Dark Pyros. I'm not really sure, but yeah. Other than that, Bonfire is the unfortunate obvious card that you must have to play this deck. The cool thing is, like, well, right now there's no extra deck need whatsoever, so you can play like Super Poly in this deck. You could play Nadir Servant maybe, and you can go oh, actually that's kind of cool. You could go Nadir, drop Entis. Entis will pop the field spell, so that's neat. I don't know what you're searching with Nadir. I guess you're searching Maximus. Maximus can do other stuff. Maybe you like Maximus into... I don't know. Like, there's a lot of opportunities there. So, you can go Nadir Servant, send Entis pop field spell. Maximus, banish the Entis. Maximus, send 2 more. Maybe you can play like Shadal, like Apcalone or something to set up Schism in this deck. I'm just spitballing here. If you can think of any other ideas that are cool, let it rip. You know, play Winda. This, because there's no other extra deck need, no space. That's an obvious like Prosperity or Extravagance addition here. Pretty much all the stuff that Kashtira plays, even Kashtira itself, there's no reason really not to play that, unless you're afraid of blowing up your whole board with the level 9, then maybe Kashtira is not the best. But yeah, it's an option. Like Winda won't be, oh no, by your opponent's card effect. I was gonna say, like, if you destroy the whole board and you have Winda up with Schism, Winda won't get destroyed, but Winda only cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects, and that's your card even though it's coming from your opponent's field. Yeah, so those are my ideas. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What have you been spitballing with this deck? This is just an early take on it, and yeah, I'm excited to maybe try to throw a list together once these go into this database, or maybe I just need to update it and see what we can come up with. So hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, the usual. Catch you later.